Yeah, it's been a great gig for me because
We gotta wait for Mike to show up. Hey,
What?
we gotta wait for Mike to show up through the door.
I saw him come in.
Let's get going.
Want me to open the door and tell him, or do
I think we can get started. We got the thing up. All right. Good evening. I'd like to call the Monday, October 25th Eden Prairie Planning Commission meeting to order. Would everybody please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. Okay, Commissioners, we'd like to have the approval of the agenda tonight. Does anybody have any comments about the agenda? Or if not, I will entertain a motion for approval.
I'll move to approve the agenda.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Higgins, and was that a second by Commissioner Meddy? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Next is the approval of minutes from the last Planning Commission meeting held Monday, September 27th, 2021. Minutes were distributed in our staff report, and does anybody have any corrections or comments about those minutes? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion about that.
move to approve the minutes for the September 27th, 2021 Planning Commission meeting.
Okay, do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion by Commissioner Kirk and a second by Commissioner Gooding. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Anybody want to abstain on those meeting minutes? Okay, the motion passes. Thank you. We have one public hearing tonight on 1 Southwest Crossing wall sign, and we'll go through it in the order of the applicant wanting to address the commission and speak to the project. We may have questions for you after that. Then we'll go to the staff and have them do a staff report for us.
And I'm going to recuse myself for conflict of interest.
Okay, thank you. Noted that Commissioner Marcos is recusing herself for this action tonight. You're welcome to stay on board here or take a seat and whatever you choose to do. Thank you. Welcome. Please state your name and address and address the commission.
Hello. Hello. My name is Max Minia. I'm a property manager for Eagle Ridge Partners. My address is 2915 West 50th Street, apartment 503 in Minneapolis. All right.
Great.
And I have a PowerPoint presentation to share with you guys today.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Hello everybody. My name is Max Minia. As I mentioned, I work for Eagle Ridge Partners, and we're here to present a signage variance proposal to you. So first, a little background on Eagle Ridge. We are a local owner and developer. Founded in 1996, we have about over 20 years of real estate experience and have developed or managed over $1 billion in assets. Currently, our portfolio has about 975,000 square feet of holdings in Eden Prairie alone. It's the majority of our portfolio. So we are here with several properties, but tonight I wanted to talk to you about 1 Southwest Crossing. A little bit about the site. It is a 8.3 acre site located just north of I-494. To the north of the property is Lake Smetana. And then to the east of the property is the Life Touch building, and to the west are a couple of hotels and Pizza Luce. We purchased this property in December of 2020. It was about 25% occupied at the time. The major tenant had just moved out. To date, we have completed a $3.5 million renovation of the 20,000 square foot atrium and various building mechanical and structural systems. We also relocated the main entrance of the building from the north side to the south side. Just to give you an idea of some of the work we've performed, here are some before and after photos. This is the south main entrance now, kind of showing you the way it looked before and the way it looks now. Did a lot of work on the parking lot, completely milled and overlaid that, and added a new signage and kind of entryway, including a handicap ramp. Here's a photo of the atrium. We dug out the plants that were there and turned it into a more useful area, sitting, new furniture, all that stuff. And then here's another photo, a dump of kind of some of the areas that we've renovated in that atrium. As you can see, the atrium goes all the way up to the 5th floor. It's wide open all the way up, and it kind of creates two wings of the building that are connected a little bit on the south side. So part of that, we added some new signage around the property, basically at the site of the existing monuments, just some new ones to refresh the look a little bit. And here's some planned signs that I just wanted to show you briefly. Part of the renovation has landed us a lot of new leasing, totaling about 115,000 square feet, which is about half the building. On the west facade, we've given that to one of our major tenants that's taking the first floor, Help Systems, an IT firm in the cities. And then on the south facade, we have Agility, which is a health company. And then on the east facade, we have a tenant to be determined. Our request today is to seek a variance. Currently, we are allotted 4 total signs for the building ID, 1 on each face of the building. If you look at the image, the image on the left shows what we're allotted currently and the way that we would have to do that. And we're just simply requesting to move the sign allotted for the north side to the south side along 494, basically. The reasons for this are mainly we want to accentuate the visibility from I-494. Signage is a big deal for tenants looking to relocate, especially of the size we're seeking. And the value provided on I-494 is significantly greater than what we'd get on the north side, where it faces Prairie Center Drive and Viking Drive, and mainly Lake Smetana. It's not a whole ton of traffic goes around that area. It would help us land a large tenant for our 5th floor, and it would we believe it would look of a piece with the surrounding properties, and it's a commercial mainly area. To the south, we have Eden Prairie Mall. We have a couple commercial buildings, and we believe that it would look natural on, if you go back to this, we have basically 2 wings of the building, and we believe that if we had a sign on each wing, that would look fairly natural. Continuing on to the neighboring properties, to the east we have the Life Touch building, which has a very similar condition to ours. It's basically 2 wings connected by a large atrium in the middle, and they have 2 signs facing I-494, the building ID 50 square foot signs. So we seek to basically replicate that condition at our building. And yeah, that is this, in summary, what we are seeking to accomplish with our variance, just moving the sign allotted to the north to the south. If you guys have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Thank you, Mr. Minio.
Yeah.
Commissioners, any initial questions for Mr. Minio? None? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it. We'll let you know if we have any further questions later.
Okay, appreciate it.
Julie, you want to take us through the staff report?
Yes, sir. Mr. Chair, members of the commission, as Mr. Minia stated, the application before you this evening is a variance request, essentially to relocate a sign from the north wall to the south wall. The sign, as proposed, would be compliant with city code size requirements. The request is simply with regard to location. Staff has analyzed the variance request against the 3-part criteria required by statute and does find that it meets those criteria. So staff is recommending approval, subject to the conditions outlined in your staff report in the final order.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it. Commissioners, do you have any other questions of staff about the staff report or the project? Hearing none? Okay. Well, as a public hearing, I would invite anybody else from the audience to please address the commission if I would see anybody out there, but for those of you listening at home, there are no people in the audience other than the applicant. So it doesn't look like anybody's going to be joining us at the podium. So I would entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second?
Okay, I have a motion by Commissioner Gooding and a second by Commissioner Hitting to close the public hearing. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Okay, discussion. Commissioners, what do you think about this project?
I'll go.
Commissioner
I'm very happy to see a reinvestment being made in this property, so thank you for doing what you guys are doing. It is a prominent, visible property, and it's a Class A property, and I'm glad to see that it's money's being invested to maintain it as such. I think this is a very appropriate request. Makes a lot of sense given the visibility, and also I think to help, as they had mentioned, to help them lease the space to have that extra tenant sign for their remaining of the building. I think that's more important now than ever, so I fully support it.
Thank you. Any other comments? I'll stick in my I'm sorry. Commissioner Higgins, go ahead.
Oh, I just was saying, I'm not the best geographer on my own without some help from my map of my car, which I don't know when I wouldn't have had that. But anyway, the bottom, for me, driving around the building was exactly what you've just described, namely that south exposure on the side for the signs is so much superior to what else we could have ended up with. I'm very appreciative of what Commissioner Matty has also said, so I think it's a good proposal. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Higgins.
Yeah, I'd just like to add that I think this is, as both my colleagues have said, I think it just makes perfect sense, particularly relative to the building design, and as the applicant pointed out, the Life Touch building, same thing. And I had just come on the Planning Commission when they approved those signs, and the feeling was that, those signs, if anything, were maybe a little small, so, but I think that staying within the city code, rearranging the signs to a logical thing, and particularly with the design and scope of the building, I think it just fits right in. I think it's a no-brainer for me.
Good. Thank you, Commissioner Clerk.
And I'll just go on record as backing up my other commissioners' positions. I don't have anything to add, but I agree it would be a good project.
Thank you. Thank you. And just to round out the kudos, I think the building design and proportion offer itself to two signs, especially with that two wings, a look facing 494, and I think it'll be proportional and appropriate for the use. All right, well, I think we've summed it up pretty well. I will entertain a motion from anybody who wishes to do so if there's no further discussion.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to approve the variance request number 2021-4 based on the information outlined in the staff report dated October 25th, 2021, and the findings and the final order number 2021-04.
Thank you. A motion's been presented by Commissioner Gooding. Can I have a second to that?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Kirk. Vote on that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Anybody want to abstain? Motion passes 5-0.
Who's abstaining? To abstain? I will abstain.
She will abstain. I'm sorry. Motion passes 5-0 and 1 abstain. Still passes. Thank you very much. Good luck with your project. Appreciate the presentation.
Appreciate the investment in the city.
Good. Next on our agenda is the planner's report. Julie, do you have anything to report to the commission tonight?
No, sir.
All right. Any members, do you have a report for us? Hearing none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion by Commissioner Marcos.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Adjourned. Thank you. Good evening.
Sorry.
Very efficient meeting, Ed.
We had to have like 2 other recent science discussions. I think we all know